Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we are doing two new businesses in our M1 location for testing. We have the bookstore and the hair salon. So I'm sure all of you are probably expecting the hair salon to do pretty well, but we're still going to test it to see where it stands. But the bookstore is the one that surprises me today. Be sure to stay tuned to see how well that one does. And of course, as always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button below. It certainly will help me out. I truly appreciate it. All right, guys, let's get started. Okay, so we are on our next business here with the bookstore. But let's just get this started. So for the bookstore, we are looking at all these different products that we could sell. So obviously all the books in the game. And then we can also sell cheap gifts and cheap flowers and Noise Boss earbuds, which we will be doing as well. Should be pretty straightforward. We do have the option to use large bookshelves, which should make this, functionally speaking, a little bit cheaper, hopefully, versus the other businesses. We don't need to do anything crazy like having a whole bunch of small bookshelves. That'd just be silly. So let's get this going, get it rolling, all that jazz, and let's meet back up when we're ready for day one. All right, everyone, so it looks like this now finally. So I have the flowers on the outside, all the bookshelves and product panels for the cheap gifts, and obviously the Noise Boss earbuds, stuff like that, all set to go. This is actually my first M1 bookstore. I've never done a bookstore in an M1 location, so actually I really don't mind this layout, even though I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. It doesn't look bad. It has no plants or anything, but we're not working on that for this video, obviously. But not too bad of a little shop here, or a big shop, I guess, in this case. I also situated all the checkout lanes here so they're not just pointing to the door, which will be visually better if we take a gander inside the store once it's open. But yeah, just got to hire some people in, get the products ordered and put in the warehouse and delivered here, and we should be good to do day one here, starting well, tomorrow, really. So let's get that ball rolling and meet up after that. Okay, it is now the end of day one. So we made a profit of $73,251.94. Let's see what that actually looks like for the business itself. So they actually made a revenue of $114,000 with a profit of $98,611.32. Not too bad on the very first day, to be quite honest. Looking at the business itself, we had, I mean, it's not like there was a ton of customers. It's not a very high volume business, it looks like. Seems our hours are mostly appropriate. I wouldn't say terribly appropriate. We open up at 8 a.m., but that's not too bad. Or sorry, we open up at 7, excuse me. Not too bad though on the overall customers considering. I mean, I really have no idea what an M1 bookstore should look like. So this is my best information that I personally have. So what are we looking at though, in terms of the overall just average per hour? So we had 434. So we averaged around 27 customers an hour. Now, obviously we can see it was more than that in certain hours, but the average overall is 27. So not too bad. Wouldn't say it's great by any means, but I mean, considering the amount of people per hour, the amount of income is not bad at all. It really isn't. Pricing wise, I don't think I showed you guys yet, but I just kept it as is. Pretty straightforward. Not too much, not too little. Schedule. I mean, at this point, it's a broken record. It looks exactly the same pretty much everywhere. And we do open at 8. I thought we opened at 7. Whatever. Anyway, did we lose anything to theft? Oops. There we go. Yes, we lost 1,060. All right, 1,644. So this is a business that does require security guards, even though, well, it doesn't say right now, but I have every single spot covered with a camera, etc. So I guess I'm gonna have to get some security guards here. Beyond that though, I think overall we're good on the setup. Just need to get through the days here, but I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna add them on. It'll be in our numbers for day 10 in this case, but let's hop over to day 10, see what it looks like at that point. All right, folks, so we're on day 10. Not too bad on the income overall. It seems the weekend does a lot better than the weekday. So just to look at the income here, look at day 20 and day 21. I mean, this is Monday, this is Sunday, this is Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It does really well on these days though, for some reason. It's been like that like the last week too. It's really strange. Anyway, not too bad though on the sales. 145,000 for yesterday in this case. But we're averaging between, so this amount here seems to be the lower end, 145,000 on the revenue. This seems to be the upper end. The 195 I think is probably we're gonna max out, to be quite honest. I did get rid of theft. I do have security guards in the store now, so that's good. But not too bad on the profit. It really is not bad at all. If we take a look at our customers over time, we still, I mean, we're not breaking the 500 barrier. We are only getting 44 to 45 customers max per day. I mean, I know we saw on that very first day 52, but I mean, it's not, I've been looking at it. It's really not doing much more than that. A little low on the 16th here. I think this is Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. It seems that Wednesdays, no matter what business so far, at this, it must be this particular location. I can't imagine it's extrapolated amongst all the M1 businesses, but for all intents and purposes, Wednesdays, no matter what business it is so far, it seems to be the worst day out of all of them. I don't know why. Very weird. But can't really control that, unfortunately. Dipped pretty low here, 371 customers yesterday. So it's whatever. But now we need to add marketing, which we will do here real quick. So this will once again add another $9,500 of expenses, which we are hoping once it's all set up that we'll see an uptick in sales that'll obviously do more than the 9,500 we're spending and then add some. We wanted to add some, at least cover and add some. Otherwise, just like we learned before, it may not be worth doing any advertising at all. But let's get the next 20 days done and see what it looks like at that point. All right, guys, it's day 30. I wanted to see what it looks like inside with the highest customer volume hour, which is right now, and not too bad. So looking at the business itself, however, marketing has made a massive difference. So first off, take a look at these numbers. Yesterday, Sunday, we made $250,998.70 in revenue from this location, with a profit of $213,068.40. Really, really good. And in fact, as you can see here, we've been consistently going over 200,000 in revenue and over 170 to 200 and, well, now 213 in overall profit. So where does this actually put us on the rivals board? Number three with a bookstore, 1.2 million a week. I never would have guessed this. I would never, ever guess that this would happen with a bookstore. It goes to show that, you know, some things that seem unassuming are definitely not. So again, going back here to the customers, here's another big difference. We are seeing, I saw 75 a couple times on a couple different days, but we're seeing many more customers through the day as well. And as you can see here, we finally have reached that 660 mark. So we're definitely consistently over 490 for sure. Seems like we dipped here. I mean, I think this is this Wednesday. Again, Wednesdays seem to be really bad for business overall, no matter what. So very strange. But yeah, we're seeing a lot of impact from marketing for sure. And I don't know what to tell you, but first off, marketing, super worth it. Super duper worth it. For bookstores at least. And honestly, put a bookstore in an M1 location. I would have never guessed this. It is kind of amazing, to be honest. I like the idea, the concept of a bookstore. I mean, it's just interesting. It's a cool little interesting business. It's not terribly involved. There's not a whole ton of products that you need, and the products that you do need are not terribly expensive. So I think this one's a big win. I really like the bookstore. I think it's a great business to run inside an M1 store, or location rather. So yeah, now we got to move on to our next business, which is going to be a hair salon, and I have really high hopes for that one. So let's get this all reset and get started over there. All right, guys. So I have the hair salon all set and good to go. I actually used a blueprint in this case because, quite honestly, I just really did not feel like filling this one out individually. It is insane how many stations you need to set up and everything. This place has got it set up perfectly. The interior score is still 100%, so that doesn't change. This is all absolutely perfectly fine for our testing. So it'll serve its purpose, but just to look at it again, it looks really nice, to be honest. The blueprint maker did a really good job, and yeah, it should serve our purpose really well. So I have the schedule all set and good to go. Like I said, it is insane. We're sticking to that 16-hour schedule, which means it looks like this, which is just so many people, but it should pan out for us. We should get everything all set and good to go to make a pretty decent amount of money. So just got to get the first day open. I already have it opened up. It's no longer temporary closed, so it will open tomorrow. And hopefully we'll see a good return coming in. So let's get that first day in and see how it started. All right, day one is over, and immediately out of the gate, we are making 208,000 in revenue and 183,000 in profit. Very, very, very good. Obviously, our outgoing expenses, or ongoing, I should say, 20,000 for salaries, didn't even dent this. I mean, this is incredible, the amount of money that hair salons still make. I believe they were nerfed, if I'm not mistaken. So this is post-nerf hair salon at an M1 location, and that's the very first day. And we all know the very first day is usually the worst day to start, because there's, you know, the business is not going to be as known. You know, it's just a new business. So we started off with 509 customers, roughly almost getting that 60 mark. So if we're looking at 509, what does that mean for our average right now? So we're averaging 31.8, whatever, 31 customers an hour for our very first day. So we're hoping by day 10, maybe we'll see a more consistent, maybe hopefully 50 per hour. So let's get to that 10th day and see what it looks like. All right, so day 10 is finally over. We are looking at a massive bump in revenue. In fact, as you can see here on Sunday and Saturday here, 388,000 in revenue with 359,000 in profit. This place is insane. It is making so much money right out the gate. Now, looking at the customers per hour, we're still sitting, yeah, 660 seems to be where it taps out. Unfortunately, I can't see what the daily breakdown was there, but this was yesterday, so Monday. Not too bad. I mean, it's really not a consistently growing business. Or I shouldn't say consistently growing. It's not a consistent business with its customers per hour, it seems. Now, 660 on the weekend means we're getting around 41 people per hour, or customers per hour. So now that we know it's day 10, let's see if we can get marketing to help us with that. So let's get this marketing all set up just as before, $9,500. Very straightforward. I am very confident that marketing is going to increase our sales. Once again, just like with the bookstore, I really feel like there's plenty of room to improve, considering that we're only averaging at best 41 an hour. We need 30 more customers per hour. I'm hoping that we'll see something like what we saw with the bookstore, where it'll still have, you know, its growth throughout the day and then drop down. But we're hoping that top end is now 75 instead of, you know, 40 or 50 or whatever it was. So let's hope that we'll get more money out of it and meet back up here on day 30. All right, folks, we are back. It is now day 30. The place is most certainly just killing it right now. Marketing making a massive impact. So this is Saturday. This is Sunday. We are on Monday now, day 43. On Sunday, we made, or sorry, this is Saturday. This is Sunday. Excuse me. So this one's Friday. We made $388,000 in revenue yesterday and $392,000 in revenue on Saturday, including all of our businesses that we're renting out. So that means we made $445,000 in revenue on Sunday with a profit of $405,000. We made $405,000 from one business. It is ridiculous how much marketing made a difference. Looking at yesterday's numbers, we were topping out at 75. Look at that, 5 hours straight, and then it dipped to 68, went back up to 69. Nice. And then it went back down, as we saw before. Really, you could make the argument that we should be open between 10 and 9, to be quite honest, but it does not matter. I mean, it is insane how much money this place makes. What is this? Where does this put us on the rival board? Number 2. We are number 2. Where's Huang Guo? Wow. Oh yeah, that's right. Duh. Anyway, that's irrelevant. I forgot. I own Midtown, so of course Huang Guo is at the bottom. Anyway, 2.2 million per week from one business. Granted, it's a big business and the cost of entry is crazy high, but let's be honest here. You cannot go wrong with doing hair salon in an M1 business. And this is all my inventory is. I do 5,000 stock and 10,000 paper bags. Easy. Super easy. I'm not surprised by these results, to be honest. I feel like they make sense. I feel like this place has always been top tier. It's not likely the best. I still think electronic stores are still going to be the highest moneymaker overall, but this is definitely number 2. This has to be number 2. I mean, it's not even like super busy the entire time, and it still knocks the supermarket out of the water. It knocks all of them out of the water that we've done so far. All of them. Almost combined. I mean, not really, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, marketing and an M1 location for your hair salons, it is the way to go. You will definitely be making a good chunk of change every single time you do an M1 hair salon. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys expect that? Did you guys expect the bookstore to do as well as it did? I definitely didn't expect it. The bookstore, I did not expect that at all. I love that. I love the fact that the bookstore does really well, because honestly, books are awesome. So yeah, well, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd be interested to see what you guys think about that bookstore and whether or not you expected that. I'm sure all of us kind of expected the hair salon to do as well as it did. Maybe not nearly as well as it did with the marketing afterward, but I think we all expected at least a good amount of money coming from that place. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, of course. And as always, I thank you very much for watching. And if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and hit that button below and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.